guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a stitch with me working on my one day saving kit, this little elf. Super cute. Is it going to focus? There you go. So yeah, put you back in focus. Haven't touched this for a little while, but I've just been so busy trying to get Kelly's Animal Kingdom finished. And that was just crazy. I did it, but you know, I don't think there was ever a chance I was going to fail, because I don't I set myself a goal and I don't like to miss it. It's okay if I do, I don't knock myself for it, but you know, I prefer to hit my goals. Hopes. So yeah, I was meant to do like a troubleshoot with the crochet thing today, yesterday, whenever, and just, I don't know, I was way too tired yesterday. I hadn't been sleeping well the last couple of nights, so it was just, yeah, I will get round to doing it, I promise. I've been working on Kelly's other one, which is Mini All Cats Go to Heaven. Ow. That's my first time ever doing the diagonal, where you stitch a square, then you do the diagonal onto it, and you work like that square, then those two, then those three. That's the diagonal I've been doing. And I don't know, yesterday I'd worked on it for quite a while. I did 300 stitches, I think it was yesterday morning. And then, I don't know, I just sat there yesterday evening and it was like, something's not right. Something just didn't sit well with me. And I kept looking at it thinking, well, that looks a bit odd. So I wasn't actually working on it at the time, but it sits right next to me, because I'm actually on the settee at the moment, and it sits like just to my left, my right. So then if I ever want to work on it, it's right there. And I kept looking at it, I kept looking at the chart. Something isn't right. So I pulled it in front of me, and that's when I realised there was three diagonals. It was further down than that, but there was three diagonals that they didn't look right. They were too light in blue colour, because it had like a dark square of blue, and a dark square of blue, and then these three were like super light, and it didn't seem right. Anyway, when I went back to look and I pulled out the colours that the chart said it was supposed to be, it was completely different. So I thought, well, no, it wasn't actually that much different, but I thought perhaps I've just got the slightly the wrong shade, but it's hard to tell when you make it one strand. Anyway, so I undid those 300 stitches, and then when I sat there afterwards, it still didn't look right, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done? So I had a look at the chart, I had a look at the cross stitch, then I had a look at the chart, then I had a look at the cross stitch. It turns out it wasn't them three diagonal in the light blue that I'd done wrong, it was the three in the dark blue that were completely wrong. But how I did it, I figured out how I did it. Now, I've never done parking before in any way, shape or form. So this is my first time with parking, and I'd been working with the one colour, because I'll do one square at a time, and a 10 by 10 square, and then I'll move down to the next one. Now, as I'd moved down, I'd run out of this one colour, so I pulled out that colour from the bag and pulled off the thread I needed. Now, generally when I'm stitching, I don't stitch in diagonals usually anyway, I put the spare on the tablet. My tablet sits just there on the arm of my settee, and I will always put my thread on the case of the tablet because my tablet stood up. And what I've done is then I've finished that colour and parked it. Then I've gone up to another colour. I've gone down the diagonal until it's ran out, because there wasn't a lot left if I remember. And then obviously I needed another strand, or without thinking, I've picked up the strand that was sitting on my tablet case, which was completely the wrong colour. So, I'm a banana. Trust me, I called myself worse when I realised what I'd done. So then I had to undo another 300 squares. So already now I am 600 squares down. Even Kelly was like, what a mistake for you to make. You know what I mean? She considers me an expert in cross stitch. I still make mistakes. I am not perfect in any way, shape or form. You know, all my cross stitches have mistakes in them. All of them. So, yeah. But it being my first time in diagonal, that's where my mistake was. Because I'm used to working in cross country in one colour. I'll grab a strand, I'll go as far as I can with that strand, then I'll grab another one and I'll keep going. So the fact that I put it on my tablet case instead of putting it back in the bag is what threw me. And I didn't notice till 600 stitches later. There was a bit of name calling. To myself, of course. When I realised that it wasn't the first 300 that was wrong, it was the first 300 I unpicked, it wasn't them that was wrong, they were actually correct. So, I had to unpick another 300, where I could have left the first 300. I don't know. So I've got to play catch up now. I haven't set myself, I'm not committing, shall we say, myself to finishing her next one by the end of this year. However, I have put it into my Stitch Pal app, and I have set a date I would like to finish it by, just to give me a rough idea of how many stitches every day I need to do if I want to finish it in that time. Now, at the moment it's only on like 226 per day, which is completely doable. I'm just 600 stitches short now, so that's 3 days nearly of work. But I'm probably going to catch up with that when I finish this video. Today's just a quick catch up because I haven't had one for a while. Plus I promised One Day Saving I would do a stitch and chat while working on one of their pieces, and that's fine by me. I love working on these. I had a message off one of my subscribers. Forgive me, I forgot her name. I totally apologise. I would have looked if I'd have known I was going to bring it up. But I convinced her to go and buy one too. So she's really excited to get hers. I'm excited to know which one she's got. But yeah. She wasn't a fan of them either, if I remember her saying. As much as I wasn't, I preferred my counted cross stitch. But then having these come totally changed. I love these kits now. I said to Riley yesterday, you don't stitch with me anymore, Riley. He said, you never remind me, Mum. And I just I looked at him and I was like, I stitch every day. How does that not remind you? Every single day I sit here with my stitching at some point. How does that not remind you? And he comes down, he spends a lot of time upstairs, but he'll come down multiple times a day and I'm stitching. And if that doesn't remind him to stitch, then I don't know what will. Ow. Oh my goodness. Me working so hard on Kelly's Amazing Animal Kingdom leading up to Christmas. I'm going to have to do it by hand. That was like 5,000 stitches I needed to do within a week to complete it before New Year. So obviously I spent, oh my gosh, I don't know how much time on her cross stitch, but that's not what my point is. My point is, I think I had almost every finger plastered towards the end of last week. I had this one plastered. It was just from, you know, when you can't quite get your needle to go through, like something's in the way and you end up having to push on your needle. It kept making holes in my finger. No, it was that one. It kept making holes in my finger, so I had to plaster that one. This one, the needle actually went under my skin, about that far. I just pushed on the needle and it slid straight under my skin and was just lying that way under my skin. And then my left hand, yeah, when I was trying to push it through from the back, it kept sliding up the side of my nail. It's actually made the side of my nail a bit rough, and it made it bleed as well. So, nope, that's a green one. So yeah, I was almost completely plastered by the end of that week, just, you know, for the amount of stitches I had to do. But I did it, and then I did it with a day to spare. It was the 30th, I think, I finished it. And I believe it was Eve. No, hang on. I remember saying to Riley, he said, when are you going to do tea? I said, when I'm finished with Kelly's cross stitch. I said, because I'm not moving till this is finished now. And he said, all right then. Anyway, I cooked tea. They sat down with tea. And I said to Riley, what did I say to you about Kelly's cross stitch? He went, I don't know. What did I say to you earlier? He says that you weren't going to do tea until it was finished. I said, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I said, you sat down with your tea, aren't you? He said, yeah. And then he just looked at me. He says, you finished? Of course, like you ever doubted me. And neither did you guys, to be honest. All you guys were cheering me on, going, you can do it. I know you can. So thank you. There's nothing like a bit of motivation from spurring on. I don't know if I'm going to actually do that with this one, the All Cats for her. You know, if I can sort of spend a bit of time on it and get in front and then take a little break for a day or so. I'm sorry if you heard that. My bell is making some right noises. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of weeks. Just because I've already got myself committed to 2 other things, which is the 22,000 in 2022, which I know I can do. I did the 21 in 21, and I think I finished it by May or June last year. If I'm wrong, but I'm close. So yeah, and then I've got the Stitch Around Germany this year. And I want to make some good progress on my fairy tale one, so I've put my fairy tale one down for both of them. And I know it says you can double dip, you know, you can count the stitches from one off on the other. I don't want to do that. Unless I have to. Oh my goodness, come on. Sometimes you can just bend it and it comes back through the fabric so easy, and then other times not. I hope you guys can still see, sorry. Oops. Come on. I don't know. I've got Luna hiding from me. She's jumped down behind my TV on the unit. She's not talking to me because I've put some fleece stuff on her neck, and she hates being held. And obviously when you put it on you have to hold her because she runs otherwise. So she's not talking to me, she's hiding out the way. And then I've got some worming tablets for Binks, because all he does is sit by the fridge. He knows where his treats are, see. And he will come multiple times a day for treats. Sometimes Rob will give him some, and other times he'll just say, look, now, you know, you're going to get fat. Not that he understands, but... So yeah, we've got some worming tablets for him. I know Luna doesn't have worms, because she's more of an indoor cat than an outdoor. But Binks, every chance he can, if he doesn't mind the weather, he gets spooked easy, even by the wind. It spooks him and he doesn't like it, so he hasn't gone back out today. Oh, I've got one there I didn't do properly. Wow. Okay. I haven't touched this since the last time you guys saw me stitch on it. I've just been so focused on Curly's. She picked it up this morning. She says, do you mind if I call round and pick it up? And yeah, of course. She's so excited about it. She's already sent me a little video that I can attach to my floss tube on Sunday. You kind of get the impression she's done nothing but stare at it since she got it home from the video. I think she's just looking forward to having it framed. Kids go back to doing their schoolwork tomorrow. Can't believe, you know, Christmas is over, New Year is over, and we're already in 2022. And I'm hoping things are going to change this year, you know, because enough's enough, isn't it? I think as a race, there's only so much we can take with having to lock down and I hope so anyway. We'll see. Come on, where are you? Nope, too high. Oh, this is one of them that doesn't want to go for the hole. There we go. I'm trying to keep it in frame while making sure I can see as well. Doesn't always work. Nope. Oh well. We had a good Christmas anyway. I hope you guys did as well. I let the kids stay up for New Year, but as soon as all that was done, off to bed they went. I can hear you cleaning behind there, Luna. Yeah. It was a quiet Christmas. Obviously, you know, no one was around. But it was good. Kids got what they wanted. You know, they were happy. Didn't see them for hours. And it always makes me, what's the word, nostalgic? Makes me think about the Christmases I had when I was young, and, you know, my mum was around. And I remember my mountain bike that they got me for one Christmas. I think I was about 14. I still have that bike. We are going to, when we can, restore it, get it repainted, new wheels. Oh, nuts. Okay, hold on. For some reason my ends have gone wonky. Luna, you're being so noisy down there. Come on. I hope you guys can't hear her. She sounds really congested, which apparently, according to the vet, is from her having had cat flu at some point. And she's left with symptoms. And one of them is like the snotty sound. She sounds bunged up. She's not. I can't get this back through the needle now. Hold on. Ha, got it. I need to tie it in anyway. Don't look at the back, it's not very tidy. Okay. Oh, sorry. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we're just doing a bit of filling in at the moment. I was working on the yellow squares, these. Now I've decided to fill in the blue around what I've already done with the cream. Well, no, with the blue, yeah. I've done the blue, which is on the yellow squares, now I'm doing the cream, which is on the blue squares. Tie it in, because we have to use 3 strands of this one, so you can't just do a loop method. Well, I can't. I don't know if that is possible, but I've been so enjoying watching everyone's WIP parades as well. You know, makes you realise just how many WIPs people have got. Sometimes I can get it through, sometimes I can't. But being able to is so much faster if it just goes through. Otherwise I end up with sore fingers. I'm trying to push it through. Come on. Nope, it's not going to go. It's making my finger sore, so. Thank you. So, did you guys get what you wanted for Christmas? Did you have a lovely one? It's been a bit weird this year. Normally, you know, just after Ellie's birthday on the 3rd of December, I start feeling a bit Christmassy. Like, I get the feeling. This year I haven't had it at all. It didn't even feel like Christmas. But then, you know, the temperatures, nuts, are weird. It's like for us it's unusually warm. I mean, like, it's been 9 degrees centigrade the past couple of days, and like when I look back, when I'm doing my temperature butterflies and I look back to 1977, it was like 2 degrees, 1 degree, you know. So we're having an unusually warm winter. We are set apparently for some snow and ice and big freeze and whatever, but we'll wait and see on that score. Oops. No. Thank you. Let's go down there. My gloss arrived this morning, my Mod Podge gloss. So I think I just need some silicone moulds now. No, I don't necessarily need moulds, but I would like them. I mean, I've got the shrink plastic that I can use to design my own. I'll tell you what, Mod Podge is not cheap. Really not cheap. I think I paid £9.06, which is pretty good compared to the other prices I saw it. I think that was the cheapest. Other than that, it was like £10 up to like 16, 17. It just was shocking because it's not, you know, it's not a huge bottle. It is big, but and then I've already got my UV resin, I've got the shrink plastic, I've got my UV lamp, which was expensive, but that's made, it's made for UV nails, but same thing, isn't it? So, whoops. I'll give it a go anyway. I've got some little labels or sticker things that I want to try and turn into a needle minder. My finger's really getting sore now, so we'll give that a go. Come on. You know, sometimes you just can never find the hole. Drives me nuts. They're bigger squares and I don't have this much trouble on 25 count trying to find the hole. Come on. Right before I started the video, Riley says I'm bored. Hey, you won't be tomorrow when it's schoolwork. It's temporary, you know. Just live with it for today. He got an Amazon tablet for Christmas, and I have an Amazon account, so obviously I had to link it to my Amazon account, which has become a pain in the bum because for every game he installs, I get an email. So by the end of the day, I've got like 3 or 4 emails from Amazon. Your order of, and it'll say the name of the game. And then he'll say, Mum, I installed another game. I'll say, yeah, I know. So after this, I think I'm going to catch up on them 600 stitches. Not sure I'll manage it all in one, but being in winter, I have to say that finishing Kelly's on time is mainly a massive thanks to Brianna. I don't know if you're watching this, Brianna, but if not, I'll mention it on my flash tube on Sunday. But without that headlamp that you that you paid for, I wouldn't have got Kelly's done on time. There would have been no chance, because, you know, the latest, well no, probably the earliest I can get down to start stitching is about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. But then by 3:30, the lights really gone down, and it doesn't have to go dark before I can no longer really see. So without the headlamp, I wouldn't have been able to finish it. It has been an absolute godsend, Brianna, so thank you so much. And it's probably going to come in handy tonight, catching up with them 600 stitches. Honestly. Makes a right mess of me fringe, but do you know what? I'm not bothered. I'm not going out anywhere. Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to cut it off there, just because I filled you in on everything. I don't think there's anything else I can really say. So I will leave you guys to it. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.